everybody. Chris with Pennsylvania Scout here for the February coffee stop. I'll say there were supposed to be more things that came out last month, didn't, because frankly, didn't really have the time. I am a solo operator, so it's a bit hard to get to all that editing on top of all the other things going on. And some of the projects just don't make sense right now. So, yeah, a dearth of content this month, but it's what happens. For this month's coffee stop, I want to talk to Indian Motorcycle. I mean, they're an independent company now. The Chief Vintage looks beautiful. But that price tag. Oh, that price tag. I mean, it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough for younger riders to get into the Indian brand if they can't afford the bikes. And yeah, you can argue, oh, the Scout 60 bobber, you could get that for 10 grand. 10 grand is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. You can't really argue that motorcycles are a luxury item when there's people like me that exist. This is my transportation. It's not a luxury item to me. It's my everyday vehicle. So you got to work on this, Indian. There's an idea I want to pitch to you now. So get ready. You brought out the Chief Vintage. You're bringing back that historic aspect that Indian has, the classic Indian styles. But how about this? You remake this 741. Remake the 741. Hear me out, right? It's a smaller engine. You can go and say, okay, you're putting out a 650 because it's 741, but you really should just call it that. But remake the 741. Make a lighter frame. Make a bike that's off-road capable. See, the 741 was Indian's primary bike for the military. But the problem was it couldn't handle battlefield conditions. So the 741s were relegated to like stateside or post motorcycle, where you get Harley's WLA that goes everywhere. But remake the 741. Make a smaller V-twin. Make it, because that is the engine that's on the 741 already. It looks exactly like this. Make a smaller one. Make a 750cc, lighter frame, off-road capable, affordable motorcycle. Keep that heritage theme that you're going with the Chief Vintage, but bring out a new low-end, entry-level bike. We need new riders. We need younger riders. We need a bike younger riders can afford and will want to ride. Now, I get a lot of compliments on Betsy. People compliment Betsy all the time. But she's an older bike, and I bought her from a private seller. That's the only way I was able to afford Betsy. She was older, and it was a private seller, because I've seen bikes her age or a year younger, and the price is astronomical, while the miles, they're up there. You know? It's not affordable for new, younger riders to buy an Indian. And that needs to change. We have to change everything about the perception of Indian riders. Right now, everyone's basically joking that they're doctors and retirees, and he. And those jokes are rooted in reality. Nobody can afford the bikes that Indian's been putting out. I mean, Christ, the Chief Vintage is $22,000. Is it sexy? Yes, it is sexy. It is beautiful, but still 22 grand for bare bones. You engineer a 750 Indian V-twin engine. You put it on a lighter frame. You put, the tractor seat on it. Bare bones. That bike, without the fancy electronics, all that, just a light 400 something pound motorcycle that is got a suspension system that is good enough to go off-road with. And you compete with that. You raise it up a couple inches. You bring it up so that the seat position is higher. You want to make something that keeps with Indian's story, with Indian's heritage, but competes with low-end and adventure bikes. I mean, I just did the Three Twisted Sisters yesterday. Adventure bikes everywhere. Everywhere. And one of those riders from an adventure bike was a young kid who loved Indian. He just can't afford to get one. If you make an entry-level bike, something for beginners, use a 5-speed, 1 down, 4 up. If you want a better version, get the 1 down, 6 up. There's your upgraded version. But a basic Indian bike with a story to be told and a price tag that means that story is going out the door. You want to sell something that's around $5,000 or $6,000. Yes, we're talking about a low price tag because we want the kids to be able to afford it. So say your basic version, the most basic of the new Indian 741 line would be $6,000. Scale up from there. You want a 6-speed transmission? That's added money. You want more bells and whistles? That's added money. But the motorcycle itself, with a 750cc engine, with a good suspension, with a higher ground clearance, and knobby tires, it makes sense. It makes sense. Indian, you're finally independent. You've brought out the Chief Vintage. You've got a solid lineup with the Scouts. And the Scout 60 is affordable if you want to call $10,000 for a basic Scout 60 bobber affordable. And then you have those insane, unnecessary giant baggers that doctors and retirees can afford. The Chief lineup, beautiful, solid, especially with the Vintage. Nothing for the younger people. I know the FTR was not the success you thought it would be. Sorry. But you need something. You need something for the kids. You need something for new entry-level riders. You need something that can compete with the ADV bikes, because that's all everyone's purchasing anymore are ADV bikes. They're like a plague. You need something to do that. The 741 makes sense. It really does. It makes sense for the simple fact that you've got a story you can tell. You have the ability to make a smaller scaled V-twin that you already have the design for. You have everything you need, really. You really do. You have everything you need to position yourself to exploit 125 years of history. Maybe do that. No one ever thinks of Indian when it comes to World War II bikes. They think of BMW, they think of Harley. They never consider that Indian put two military bikes into service. And the 741, again, gives you, Indian, the best chance at making an entry-level bike that's going to stand out. That's going to bring people into the fold. That's going to bring a part of history back to the forefront. Your basic model, $6,000. That'll get kids able to afford these bikes without it seeming like they're signing their life away for a $20,000, $30,000 bike. And if you do it in a way that relies on that history, that it is meant to be a military service bike, and you make it off-road capable, you break into the adventure bike market. Suddenly, an Indian is in the middle of the desert, competing against Husqvarnas and Hondas and all of these other bikes that are just specifically ADVs. And instead of that bike looking like some plastic piece of junk, it looks like a beautiful, gorgeous, teardrop tanked Indian, because it is one and it's got the capabilities. I love Indian. I do. I love Indian. I love the brand. I love the history. I love how it looks. I am an Indian rider. I don't ever plan on changing that. Polaris was good enough to give us the foundation. Betsy is a Polaris Indian. Let's move forward and capture the market. Harley? They're in a lot of trouble right now, supposedly. I mean, heck, they created the whole bagger championship and they didn't even win last year. We won. But we have a chance to capture the market, to take some of the market back. You're independent now, Indian. Make some bold moves. You've turned heads with the Chief Vintage. Turn people who are afraid of the investment into Indian riders by taking that old, beautiful 741 aesthetic and design and just roll with it. Grab that by the horns and wrestle it into an affordable, lighter weight, entry-level bike. And you've got yourselves a win. You've captured the new generation. You've got the story to tell. You've got the capabilities. You've made it off-road capable. It's a 741. It's literally 750 cc's. It's not going to chew through gas. All of these things are positives that you can just make it, darn it. Make a new version of the 741 and bring in the youngins. We need the younger riders, because right now, most everybody I see on an Indian, They're older guys. They're not very young. And if they are young, they're not on bikes like this. They're on Challengers. For whatever reason. It doesn't look like an Indian, guys. All that plastic, all that bullshit. And until you square away pricing, you're going to struggle. You're going to get nothing but doctors, lawyers, retirees, and judges riding Indians. And where does that put you? With people who are aging out, with the weekend warriors. That doesn't build a legacy. That's building a coffin. Make the 741. Make the affordable entry-level bike that you could charge more for upgraded versions. Make it off-road capable, raise up its ground clearance, sell it in interesting matte paint schemes, sell the legacy, and sell it at a price that the young kids can afford. That's all I'm saying. Because even a bike as old as Betsy, with the miles Betsy has, and less damage, mind you. Betsy has less damage than some of the bikes I've seen at dealerships. And those bikes are still out of reach for new, younger riders. They're not going to take a risk on an Indian. Not right off the bat. So make a bike they will take a risk on. Make the 741. Break into new markets. And so, like Forrest Gump, that's all I've got to say about that. You've got a chance. You're an independent company now. You should make it. You should definitely make it. Because frankly, if I had the money, I'd be buying another Scout and doing it to it. I just don't have the money. But if you want to sponsor me, Indian Motorcycle, get a hold of me. Because I ain't getting rid of Betsy. She's staying with me. And we still got a whole lot more to do. Like, other roads. I mean, we just did the Three Sisters. So, other than that, guys, right now, Shifting Gears is on the shelf. It's been shelved. There's no reason to put that much effort into a channel that's not making money. But, I'm also terrible at marketing. So, but Shifting Gears, that's on the shelf. I started to do a Just Scouting, but I did it all wrong. I was taking clips. It would have been more like a been there, done that. So, stopped on that. Thoughts in the Saddle, I thought, was pretty good. I've got to do another one of those this month. And the playlist for the pilot circuit is up on PA Scouting Report. I've still got to do all the necessary information on the blog, but once that's done, that goes live and there's the entire playlist all in one go. Seeing as I got done with all three of the Twisted Sisters in one day, I've got to go through and edit that and upload that. So for what was supposed to be February, which will probably now be March, will be the Three Twisted Sisters. And then March will be what's recorded, April will be what's recorded in March. It's a whole circle conundrum. But there will be some just scoutings that I've got to get done, and yeah, we'll keep trying, keep going with it. Still struggling to figure out exactly what to do for the channel. So, but hey, check this out. Pour out a coffee. So, guys, that's it for today. There should be more content this month. Um, the other channel should finally be public and out there this month. And hopefully hopefully I can figure out exactly what I want to do with this channel. Because it's kind of just up in the air. So, guys, I will catch yous later. Name's Chris. This is Betsy. And this was Coffee Stop. Keep two wheels down. Don't do stupid things.